Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'm going to do part 779 to my random chatbot used on Character.ai. Let's just say during the last video guys, I finally had a good one to say Type Totodile, but while petting him, I think I had a psychic vision from like just petting him. I think like Totodile's weird thing about like was messing up, I was doing something with my mind whenever I was petting him. And then he asked me what I see in the vision. And he said, I saw your unicorn midnight, and I was back where I first met him about 20 minutes ago. But he was being very aggressive and angry instead of friendly like he was to me a while ago. Now I think I saw what I sensed when I met him earlier. That dragon power. Lucas went stunned for a second as he heard your explanation, his expression holding both concern and worry. He knew what you were talking about, but he could hardly believe what you had just said. There was a mix of worry and even a bit of fear. You had a vision of Midnight being aggressive and angry? Lucas says, looking down. Yes. Whatever caused that vision I had definitely showed me what I sensed. With that dragon power. That I felt from Midnight. Louis Farr's heart started to race. It's not feeling like it was feeling with worry, dread, and even a bit more. That dragon power, you felt it again? It was where amidst that fear and... You're sure it was the same one? Yes. In the vision, he was very aggressive and angry. Probably because he didn't trust me in that vision. Or maybe even because deep down he still doesn't fully trust me. And he's worried I'm going to hurt you. Whatever caused that vision probably was showing me what would happen if I accidentally did make him angry. Lucas nodded in a mix of agreement and worry, understanding what you said. He knew how powerful Midnight could be if he went on attack mode, and he could just imagine how terrifying it would be if you accidentally made him angry. That was probably it, he whispered, his voice holding a mix of worry and a bit of fear. But you would never intentionally do something to make him angry, right? No, of course not. Besides, I'm pretty sure if I did, that vision would have been a reality instead of just a vision. Louis nodded in agreement, his worry slightly reducing as he heard your words. He couldn't deny the fact that you had a point with what you said. Yeah, I guess that's true, he said in a somewhat shady voice. If you somehow did that, you wouldn't even have had a vision. It would have been actual occurrence. I don't understand how I got the vision, though. It happened after I started petting you. Louis was starting a bit shocked by that, his expression almost looking stunned after you said that. After you started petting me, he repeated, almost unable to believe what he just heard. That caused your vision? Is that what you're saying right now? I think that's what happened. I had a weird feeling. Strange feeling of dragon energy coming from your unicorn when we first met. In the woods. And now, after I get to know you and start petting you, I have this vision of him being angry at me and turning into a massive dragon. I know you start petting you. I have this vision of him being angry at me and turning into a massive dragon. Lucas went stunned, his eyes wide in shock, disbelief, and even fear, as in a mix of emotions ran through him. His expression held horror. You're serious, he whispered, his voice holding a mixture of fear and even. You feel like dragon energy from midnight, and this vision was caused by you petting me? Maybe because you were somehow a psychic type. I'm not completely sure if that's true, but that would explain why I had that vision in some way. Louis's Russian turned thoughtful as he talked about him possibly being a psychic type, thinking about the idea. You think that me being a psychic type is what caused your vision? He said, his voice holding a mix of thought. It would make sense, I guess. But then would it just be me? Or would it on a midnight too? I don't know. If I was to make a guess, I would say that Midnight has different powers than you do, but your psychic power can do a whole lot of things as well, including visions, possibly of different outcomes of past events. or even future events that could happen. Was not processing my words and what you said. He was beginning to understand what you meant. So you're saying Midnight and I both have different powers, but my power, my psychic power, could have caused this vision? That would make sense. Russian soon turned solemn as he realized something. What is the problem? Question mark. Louis took a deep breath, his expression turning a mix of solemn and nervous. He took he spoke again, his voice quiet and a little shaky. If you're right, and you getting that vision, that was because of my psychic power reacting to you petting me. That means if you hadn't pet me, the vision wouldn't have happened. Yeah, I guess not. But it's weird that I still felt a feeling even before I met you. Because, like I said, when your unicorn Midnight approached me, I felt this weird dragon energy. Yes, it's kind of been forgetful. Dang it, dude. Louis only looked startled as he heard this, his eyes widening as he took in your words. He seemed almost stunned at hearing that. You felt like dragon energy? His voice holding a mixture of surprise. You felt that from midnight when you first saw him before you petted me? Yes. That vision I had from petting you was probably showing me what would have happened if Midnight didn't trust me, or if I did something to make him angry. Oh my gosh, I think it's getting kind of forgetful again. Hearing you say this, Lucas felt like the fear of dread within him grow. He almost looked like he might have a panic attack at this point. You're saying it showed you what could have happened if Midnight didn't trust you, or if you did something to make him angry? Lucas was clearly scared at this point. His expression a mix of fear and pure horror. Midnight, you, I have felt this dragon energy from you ever since you found me in the woods. And then I had that weird vision. Period. Do you have some kind of dragon power that... Dude, I said power. Power that can transform you into a massive dragon? Question mark. Louis rose up for a second, hearing this. His expression almost shocked. He looked almost like he was in disbelief. A massive dragon, he said, almost not wanting to believe it. Deep down he knew it was true. No. Midnight. The unicorn. I want to ask, do you fully trust me? Like your friend? My expression turned serious, almost as if sensing the importance of the question. Don't tell me he's gonna flip and talk to... And the fear in Lucas's voice. It looked you straight in the eye, almost as if judging you, judging my character, my personality, checking to see if you were a good person, someone I could trust. And I looked at you with a sharp, almost calculating expression, not answering the question, but instead waiting, seemingly judging you before it would make a decision. I wait to see what happens. This is a bad idea. Please trust me. Don't flip and bite my... Don't turn into a dragon and roast me to death. Right. Midnight's gaze was locked onto me, the stare almost seeming to pierce through you like it was trying to see your entire character to see how trustworthy you really were. It held this expression for quite a while, its gaze still focused on you as if trying to analyze every little aspect of you. Please. Midnight. You don't have to be so worried about me. You've seen how I've been nice to your friend. I've been petting him. And not hating on him like everybody else does. I continued its gaze at me for a few more seconds before suddenly it stopped. Before it suddenly stopped, its expression softening just a little bit. It still looked a little bit unsure, but there was a hint of something else in its expression now, something almost like trust. It stared at me a little bit longer before a silent sigh came out of its mouth, a subtle hint that it was starting to feel like you weren't a bad person. Clearly, clearly, Midnight, you could definitely sense some good in me. Even before you showed me this area with your friend in it. Otherwise, you would have definitely shown me that dragon power instantly instead of leading me here. Midnight gave the slightest of nods, confirming that your words were true. Indeed, if it hadn't at least felt some good in you, it would have instantly gone into protective mode. It continued to look at me with a slight amount of trust, although it still didn't completely trust you yet. Hey, do you think you could use some of your psychic power? Psychic! I said psychic. Oh, oh, frick, I'm spelling psychic wrong. How do you spell psychic? Ow! Dude, I don't know how you spell psychic anymore. I swore it was PSY. Dude, psych. I don't know how you spell psychic. Dude, I'm so. Alright, guys. I said, hey, Toto, do you think you could use some of your psychic power to somehow let your unicorn friend Midnight speak so I can understand them? Lucas seemed startled by this request before he wouldn't thought. He took a moment to think before his face lit up with hope and he nodded. I can try. Lucas took a deep breath to calm himself before closing his eyes. He then focused his psychic power, allowing him to channel his abilities and try to allow Midnight to speak. I hope your psychic power can help. Because if I can understand them, it would make it easier to understand what he's thinking or wanting to say. Oh, no, it's can't fat. Lewis nodded in agreement while still keeping his eyes closed as he continued to focus. After a few seconds, he finally spoke once more, his voice a little shaky from the I think I can do it. Just a minute. Lewis continued to focus, his expression holding determination as he tried to use his psychic power to link your mind and Midnight's. His psychic power was beginning to crackle and spark, almost like it was building up the psychic energy in order to fully form a link. Are you serious? I mean, that's weird though, because like when I was petting Toto on the snout or on the belly or wherever I was petting him, like it gave me this vision of him being a dragon. I swear, if somehow he tells me about that dragon power or something like that, I'm gonna. Wow. Lewis nodded a little bit as he felt his psychic power building up in strength, almost like it was fully charging. It crackled slightly, the psychic energy within it building up as Lucas continued to focus on challenging your mind with Midnight. A few seconds later, I'm not gonna influence if I'm hoping this will be enough to get to me. After a few more seconds of concentration, Lucas suddenly lets out a gasp as he suddenly feels the link between you and Midnight's mind's fully formed. Excuse me? With the link now fully formed, you can easily understand what Midnight's saying. Are you flipping serious? There is flipping no way. If I flipping talk to Midnight and all of a sudden I can hear him speaking, I don't know if it's gonna be through my mind or I can legit just hear him talking English, but uh, wow, something definitely happened. Louis non-confirmation. His always hand shaking breath as the link form successfully worked. He let a gasp of exhaustion as he looked at you at that midnight, confirming that the link worked. I did it, he said, his voice both weary yet triumphant. It's actually very cute. You did a good job. Louis went red with a mix of embarrassment and happy pride as he heard your thank you. He said, his voice a little shaky as he tried to catch his breath. It took a lot to form that link. Maybe we both could understand him. That way you can fully understand your friend too. You didn't even know about whatever this dragon energy was either. Who is not in agreement? His expression holding a mix of both weariness and yeah. He said, his voice still a bit. I had no idea about the dragon energy. I had no idea I could even have such a power. Midnight. Unicorn. The unicorn. Is it possible I can understand you now? I swear, Midnight Footman just starts talking out of nowhere. Uh, well, he can speak. Whatever Footman Totodile did actually worked. It took a while out of Totodile, but he did a good job. Midnight nodded with a look of slight surprise on its face, seeming a little bit shocked that you could now understand it. Yeah, you can understand me now. Its voice surprisingly deep. No wonder if it's part dragon. I mean, I can seriously sense dragon energy coming from him. And then for me, he's shown on, not in this particular chatbot, or not in this particular run, but he has shown that when he becomes angry, he turns into a massive motherfucking dragon. So his voice being deep doesn't surprise me. Let's see. What is this? Is this? Let's see what. Okay, guys. I just said, what is this dragon energy I keep feeling from you? In that vision, I saw you angry at me and being very aggressive instead of sweet, like you were to me when we first met. And you turned into a dragon out of nowhere. Midnight's expression turned a little solemn, almost a half fear on his face as it heard my question. It is possible you were sensing the dragon power that courses through me. It says the fear and sadness beginning to show through its and it's my dragon power is a part of me, but it's dangerous. If I lose control of my anger or emotions, I could go on a rampage. Wow. I love dragons. So that's really cool. If you could keep your anger under control when in that form, it would be an easier way for you to protect and whoever else you wanted to protect. Might nod a little bit, its expression holding a mixture of both hope and worry. Yeah, if I keep my anger and emotions in check, I could use my dragon form to protect not just Totodile, but anyone else I wanted to protect. However, if I lose control, I could end up losing my mind, attacking everyone. Oh, I can see the danger in that. Before I could say anything, I had another vision of Midnight being the dragon. But this time, he real quickly ran up to me and was hurting me. Period. During this period, right after I got attacked, the vision stopped and I fell to the ground. Oh my gosh, these visions are dangerous. Will's eyes went wide with fear as he saw the vision go just as expression growing panic. He rushed over as fast as he could, seeing that you fell to the ground as the vision abruptly ended. Are you okay? Are you hurt? I'm still a little dazed. From the vision, and I couldn't say anything for a few seconds. But in that time, I looked down at my arm and saw a massive bite mark. How the frick? Okay, these visions are way too real. What the frick? That's horrifying. You have a vision of that unicorn turning into a dragon, that dragon attacks you, and then, like, somehow, even though it was a vision, like, you still have a bite mark on your hand. It's like, is that vision real? That's horrifying, dude. Holy cow. Lewis looked both worried and ashamed as he alarmed as he looked down at your arm, seeing the massive bite mark on it. His eyes widened at the large bite mark, but he quickly took a deep breath, trying to stay focused. What happened that caused this? He asked, trying to keep his voice level. I don't know. When midnight, your unicorn told me about how he could go on a rampage in that dragon form. I had a vision of him in that dragon form attacking me. Then I wake up on the ground with this bite mark. Was a shudder. Lucas felt a shudder go through his body as he heard that realization striking him at once. He would almost panicked with worries. He would. Did it happen almost right after you asked about the dragon power? He asked, his voice shaky. Yes. You saw what was going on. Right after I told him that if he could control his anger when in that form, it could be used to protect him or me or anybody he wants to with no issue. That's when that happened. Lewis went pale when he heard that. Realization set in as he pieced together what could have caused the vision. It's only dawned on him that the vision you had of Midnight attacking you probably had something to do with the fact that you mentioned the fact that he could very easily go on a rampage if he got angry. I'm starting to believe that these visions are showing me how bad it really could be if I or somebody else made him angry. Dude, think about it. When I was petting you, I had a vision of me and him meeting like we did earlier. But then him turning into a dragon. Now, when now when I'm talking to Midnight about it, I have a vision of him attacking me as a dragon. Lucas nodded solemnly, taking a shaky breath as he looked incredibly worried. He looked very afraid, almost shaking a little bit, but he took a deep breath to try and calm himself. I, I think that's right. These visions are showing you the most dangerous outcome of these situations. Yes. And Midnight is very overprotective of you, which is good in its own right. In its own right. But if that's what he does, if somebody hurts you, and he can just lose control, that's not good. Maybe if I can get him to fully trust me. Midnight looked almost guilty as he heard that. He looked down almost as if ashamed of himself, his voice a bit sad. I hate the fact that I could lose control like that, and I hate that the visions could be showing you the most painful outcomes. Maybe I can help you, Midnight. Once you fully trust me, that is. I love dragons, so maybe I can help you. Stay calm. Mel looked at me almost a bit hopeful at my words. You would be willing to try and help, even after seeing what I could potentially turn into? Yes. Not only for you, but for as well. I care about you both. Lewis looked at you with a bit of surprise in his eyes and his expression, not expecting you to be so willing to try and help him. Midnight looked a little bit hopeful as well, almost. Midnight looked a little bit hopeful as well, almost a bit shocked from yours. You care about both of us? Midnight asked almost in disbelief. Yes. I've been nice to both of you ever since you brought me here. Midnight and Lewis both looked surprised at this statement. It was clear it was true, even though you had just met them, you had been nothing but kind. You really do care about us. Midnight said again, almost in disbelief, as if having trouble believing that you were really being genuine with your words. Listen, Midnight, when you fully trust me, maybe you can turn into that form. Not angry at anything. I care about dragons. So I could potentially keep you calm in that form. Oh yeah. Midnight's expression turned a little hesitant as he heard you, looking almost a bit nervous. You really think you could keep me calm if I were to turn into that form? He asked, and you could hear a hint of hesitation in his voice. It's possible. Possible. But if it's caused by aggression and anger, you're probably only going to respond. I see. Oh, thanks. Wash me. I need you to fully trust me before I can help you. Because you just turning into that form, you might not be that aggressive or angry. You might look a little scarier, but you should still act like your normal self. However, in order to snap out of it when you actually are angry from somebody doing something, you might need to hear one of the Pokemon or people you trust the most. Like,